Rose family, it's your girl Serenity Rose, and we're back with another video. And as you guys can tell by the title, we are doing a three-toned pink smoky type of eye. I don't even know what I'm gonna call this yet, but yeah, this is the eyeshadow look that I did today. This was the main focus of the video. I kind of rushed through everything else as far as base makeup goes, but yeah, I created this look today using this bad boy right here, which I'm already obsessed with. Like, come on, look at this. Just look at how ginormo this palette is, and look at the color story. Like, it's bigger than my face, bruh. So yeah, I mainly used I think this shade and this shade in the look, and I also used the Anastasia Rivera, whatever, that palette, the blue and white striped one. And yeah, I created this eyeshadow look and I'm obsessed with it. These are two new palettes in my collection. My boyfriend bought me the Anastasia one for my birthday, which just passed on October 10th. So I am officially 25. And I purchased this from Ulta for 20 bucks because I needed it for some reason. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that I did was prime my lips because they were super dry, and I used the ColourPop Lippy Balm. This is the scent or flavor by the Bushel. I'm literally trying to just use this up to get it out of my collection. I do like it, but it is a bit thick, as you can see. So lips are moisturized, and I do have two new palettes to play with today. So I have the Makeup Revolution times Alexis Stone collab palette. This is the Instinct palette, and would you just look at it? Look at how vibrant all these colors are. Super pretty. And then one of my previous videos, I used the Norvina palette. My boyfriend got me two Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, and he got me the Norvina one and the Riviera palette, and I have not used this one yet. So as you can see, it still has the tape on the mirror, and I did take the brush out so nothing falls out, but all the shades are untouched. So I can either use this one or this one, but I think I'm gonna mix it up and use a little bit of both. Why not? Because I'm impatient. I really want to use this one, but I know I really want to use this one as well. So yeah, we're gonna be making like a super vibrant eye today. And yeah, we're just gonna go through the steps. I'm gonna try to not make this long video, so if you want to see me play with some new palettes, then just keep on watching. So for brows, I'm going to take the Morphe micro brow pencil in the shade Chocolate Mousse to outline my eyebrows, and then I'm gonna fill them in with the e.l.f. Like pomade liner thing and espresso. Super good. And I'm going to be using my Morphe M158 brush. It's just a angled brush, and it has a spoolie on the end. And I am using natural lighting, so I don't know, I like just sitting in my living room and doing my makeup. It's just super peaceful. So to clean up my eyebrows, I'm taking the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Medium 28. Just going to outline my brows, clean them up, buff it out, and then to prime my lids for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Essence I Heart Stage eyeshadow base, which is super affordable. Really good eyeshadow primer, so check it out. Okay, so before I start doing eyeshadow, I am going to moisturize so that the moisturizer has time to sink into the skin. And for moisturizer, I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Hydration Boost Lightweight Hydrating Gel Cream. I know it's a mouthful, but this stuff feels like freaking water on your skin. I absolutely love it. I love the packaging. It comes with this little seal so your product doesn't, you know, get bad or stiff or anything. It is very, very lightweight and fluffy. I'm not afraid to put a crazy amount of moisturizer in because the key to having a good base for your makeup is the prep before it, you know? So just gonna rub it in. So I brought you guys in closer. So I think I'm gonna go in with a nice transition shade in here just for the crease. I already know how Anastasia formula works, so really I'm just using this because it's new and I really want to. So I'm gonna take the shade Coastline, which is this shade right here. It's like a nice nude brown shade, very, very light. And I'm taking that on the Morphe M441 brush. So I'm just gonna dip into it and apply it on the crease. And I did not set my eyeshadow primer. So before I move on to my next shadow, I'm going to prime. This is like my first primer that I'm using, and this is for illumination. So I'm taking the Juice Beauty Phyto Pigments Illuminating Primer in 01 Luminous, and I'm just going to use this to make my skin look luminous underneath my foundation. This product is very liquidy, but gives your skin a nice illumination. So you don't really need this much, but I'm extra. So while that sinks into the skin, I'm going to take the Makeup Revolution Alexis Stone palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here, and I'm going to place that in the crease as well using the same Morphe brush. Oh, I'm so excited to use this palette, it's ridiculous. So my boyfriend, I asked him what color story should I do, and he said blue, but I'm not going to do blue today, maybe tomorrow, just because I'm going out today and I want to create a look that's wearable. So I'm most likely going to go in with either yellow or the pink red color story. So, oh man, so many pretty colors. So I'm going to take the ColourPop E16 brush. It's like a smaller, fluffy, like flat blending brush. And I think I'm going to take the shade, well, the shade right here, all the way at the bottom, like second row here, which is like a magenta type of shade, and pack that on the outer corner. I'm obsessed with this palette already, I can tell you that. And I almost never play with color like that, but it is very pigmented. I'm going to take the Luxie 237 blending brush. It is super small and like fluffy. So I'm going to take the black shade and add that right on the outer corner just to give it a little bit of smokiness. Then I'm going to go back into the purple magenta shade just to mix them and blend them better. And I don't want to completely lose that color either. So now that that's done, I'm going to cut the crease using the same eyeshadow primer that I was using before. This is more like a half cut crease, so not going all the way. So I'm going to mix in some of this shade right here because I feel like this is super, super bright, and that is called Estate. It's like a light peachy nude type of shade. So I'm going to go back into the Alexis Stone palette and dip back into the shade and blend out the edges so it doesn't look so harsh. You guys already know the deal. You already know the deal. Blending is key. So now I'm going to go back into the transition shade and just add it back because I feel like it does get lost throughout the look. So I'm just going to take that shade again and build up the transition. Okay, so I think that is it for the eyeshadow. So let's move on to the fun part. I love doing base makeup. That is my favorite part of makeup. So I'm going to finish off the eyes off camera. I'm just going to do a wing liner, mascara, and lashes off camera. If you want to know what I use, just ask me down below because it's in my everyday makeup bag, so I can most definitely tell you. I'm gonna prime before I go off camera so that while I'm doing all those things, my primer is sinking into my skin as well. I feel like moisturizer and primer are the two products that you want to give like at least a minute to 5 minutes to sink into the skin before you start applying the rest of the base makeup. So I'm going to be taking the Makeup Revolution Pore Blur Primer. This is a blur and prime primer. It literally says blur and prime primer. Like, that makes no sense. But basically this blurs out your pores. So if you have large pores like myself, because I can definitely see my pores on my nose and right here, mainly my T-zone, you want to purchase a pore filling or pore blurring primer. That is key to making your skin look poreless. If you want an affordable one, I got this one off of Ulta online, but the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer is bomb. Highly recommend. Take about like that much and distribute it all over the face and then rub it in. So liner, lashes, and mascara are on. So let's move on to foundation. So I'm taking the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I am in the shade Caramel for all my foundation twins out there that like to use me for reference. Caramel is the perfect match for me in this one and in the dewy formula, which I definitely prefer the dewy one more. And I know I am like combo, like have a super oily T-zone, but I don't know what it is about dewy skin. It just is my preference. So I'm gonna take my sponge and just press that into the skin. This foundation is so beautiful. Even though I prefer the dewy formula in this foundation, I still like the original. Like it's amazing. So I'm going to take two concealers. One is going to be to highlight, one is going to be to conceal. So I'm going to take the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the shade Toffee 405. And then I'm going to take my ColourPop concealer that I was using before to highlight. So I'm going to take the darker one first, which is to conceal. And I think I'm going to have to take the stopper out because I'm running out of product, so I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to set all this. I'm going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder in Translucent. And then for the rest of my face where I didn't put concealer, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder in the shade Medium Dark. And I hit pan on this powder and it is so nice. It leaves your face nice and flawless and it adds like the little bit of tint to the skin. So that is what I'm going to do now. So now that I set everything down, everything is looking super matte and dry, which is what matte is. I'm gonna take my setting spray and jab my eye out. So I'm gonna take my setting spray and set everything down so the powdery look goes away and the powder just, you know, settles into the skin a lot more nicer. And this is the Tarte Maracuja Miracle Mist. This is just like the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So highly recommend. I think it's actually more expensive, so actually stick to the Morphe one. That one I believe is 23 bucks and the Morphe one is 16. And I just ordered 3 of the Morphe Jeffree Star ones because they were on sale for 5 bucks. Beauty Guru drama or not, that's a steal. So I got 3. Let's move on to bronzer. I'm going to take the Wander Beauty Trip for 2 Blush and Bronzer Duo, which looks like this. It comes with a bronzer and a blush. Really pretty. So I'm just going to dip my brush into the bronzer. love using a stippling brush for blush, which is this. It's like a dual fiber stippling brush. Got this from Shop Miss A in a $10 brush set. Super, super good. So I'm going to go back into the bronzer just to contour my nose a bit. And again, I'm just going to set the powderiness down with my spray. I do this like 4 or 5 times throughout my whole routine, so don't mind me. So before my makeup completely dries, I'm going to go in with my tried and true. This is currently my favorite highlighter. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in the shade Champagne. I purchased mine off of Amazon for like less than $5. Super affordable. And this stuff is super, super blinding. So I'm going to take a pencil brush, which is just like a small pointed brush, and I'm also going to use my highlighter for my inner corner highlight and my brow bone highlight. So let's finish off the eyeshadow for the lower lash line. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pink and tightline my lower lash line. So I'm taking like a little flat brush. I'm just going to dip in there and get as close as I can to my lash line. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the black and just smoke it out on the outer corner so it looks, you know, cohesive and matches my top eyeshadow. And then I'm going to go back into our original transition shade from the Alexis Stone palette and just smoke everything out and blend it together. And I'm taking that on the Morphe M456, which is like a small little detailed blending brush. So now I'm going to do lower lash mascara and liner. So I'm taking my Milani Highly Rated mascara again, and I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup Longwear Gel Eyeliner in the shade CEO, which is a nice dark brown. And yeah, I'm going to do those off camera, so let's do a cute little transition real quick. So boop. So lower lash mascara and liner is done. I did like an extended wing on the inner corner just because I thought it was cute or whatever. So all that's left is lips. So I wiped off the lip balm. You know, you don't want to mix your products like that. So I'm going to take my ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF3. Yeah, it's a nice brown, and line my lips. And then for lipstick, I'm taking my Morphe Mega Matte lipstick in the shade Main Squeeze, which is such a pretty brown. You see that? Gorgeous. And you can obviously tell that I love it because I'm like practically halfway done with it, I think. And then last but not least, for gloss, I'm taking the Ulta Beauty Shiny Sheer Lip Gloss in the shade Bare. Most people are probably gonna wonder why I'm not using my own lip gloss, and I don't be one of those people that just because I make my own product I stop supporting other businesses or, you know, other products. So I am gonna use the lip glosses that I do have in my collection currently, you know, mix them up. I use mine mainly off camera because why not? And I also have this lip gloss in the translucent shade, like clear. This formula is really nice. And last but not least is a setting spray. So I'm gonna come back with the finished, look. I'm gonna look a little bit more put together because I look crazy right now, but yeah, I'll be right back. So I am back, and this is the completed look. I throw on my earrings, some rings to look all cute or whatever. And no, these are not real. This is literally like costume jewelry. I just like big rings. I don't know why. But yeah, if you enjoyed watching this video, then drop a thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys think about this look. I know this probably looks like all my pink looks because I love three-toned looks for some reason. And pink is my favorite color, so I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. All my makeup tutorials are practically pink, but hopefully with this palette I can expand my horizons, and I will step out of my comfort zone and play around with some blues. I'm definitely gonna do blues next because my boyfriend picked it out. Again, I'm going to get my son a haircut today, so I want to look presentable and not crazy, or if the blue look didn't come out right, just didn't want to play around with time like that. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do the blue. Ow, magnets. So I'm probably gonna play around with blue next, and then the purples, and then maybe a cool tone look like a black smoky eye. I've never done an all black smoky eye. And again, I purchased this palette off of Emma Fleming's recommendation. I've been binge watching her. She's another one of my favorites for the month, so stay tuned for my monthly favorites. I will be dropping her name in there, but yeah, I've been binge watching her, and when I saw her use this palette, I was like, I need that palette in my life. So I ordered it, and I got it for 20 bucks off of Ulta, and it does come with a nice sized mirror. And overall, it is a gorgeous eyeshadow palette. I also love the Anastasia palette. I've been trying to say what it's called, but I can't. It's not coming out for whatever reason, but I did love it. So yeah, I don't know if I said this already, but please don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go. I would love to have you guys join the Rose family, and I hope you guys are staying safe, staying blessed, and having an amazing day or night wherever you are. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.